Welcome back to the session. I'm sharing my screen. Once you're able to see the PDF, just say yes in chat box so that we can start the session. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We were talking about refusing of those consents in the sense of the application. Then where without the consent of state board, any industry operations or process or any treatment and disposal system or any extension or addition thereto is established or any steps for such establishment have been taken or a new or altered outlet is brought into use for discharge of any sewage or new discharge or sewage are made. The state board may serve a person who has established or taken steps to establish an industry, operation or process, any treatment, disposal or any system, a notice imposing any such conditions as might have imposed on an application for its consent in respect of such establishment and such outlet or discharge. So the point is stating that excuse me, without concern, in the sense without informing to the state board or central board, wherever which will fall under the category of industry, they should not do any alteration to the any plant or any old plant, or they are not supposed to establish any new industry or any treatment plant, any process without informing to the PCB. If they do such kind, a notice will be issued by the Pollution Control Board on that person. Every state board shall maintain a register containing particulars of the conditions imposed under the section and so much of the register as relates to the outlets. So the state board will have a register definitely contained with the details of such effluents and their limits. And also the expression new or altered outlet means any outlet which is wholly or partially constructed on or after the commencement of this act, or which whether so constructed or not, and is substantially altered after such commencement. So new or altered means new facilities or any old facilities, they have done any renovation or any changes or modifications. That refusal or withdrawal of consent by state board. Okay, consent means the request. A state board shall not grant its consent under section 4 of section 25 under the establishment of any industry, operation or process or treatment and disposal system or extension or addition thereto, bringing into use of a new or altered outlet unless industry, operation or process or treatment and disposal system or extension in addition thereto, the outlet is so established as to comply with any conditions imposed by the board to enable it to exercise its right to take samples of the effluent. It is simple that until unless any new facility or altered facility, it should not be started until unless the conditions which is imposed by the board members, and also they will take the samples and they will assess. The refusal of any consent referred in subsection and also 25 and 26, the grant of such consent without any condition and may make such orders in deemed to be fit. So in case of any conditions which are refused or not fulfilling, then it will be automatically refused. Then emergency measures in case of any pollution of stream or well. So where it is appears to be the state board that any poisonous, noxious or polluting matter in present in any stream or well or any land by reason of discharge of such matter in such stream. In such matter in the sense, whatever the matter, either anything, such matter in the sense, it is an example, a general word, any matter which can pollute the water body or the soil, that will be called as such a matter, and also such stream in the sense, either maybe a pool or pond or any river, canal, or any underground water or surface water, any stream. By reason of discharge of this, any stream or any vessel has entered into that stream or well due to any accident or any other unforeseen foreseen act or event, and if the board is of opinion that it is necessary or expedient to take immediate action, it may for reasons to be recorded in writing and carry out such operations as it may be considered necessary for removing that matter from the stream in such a manner a board considers appropriate, and remedying or mitigating any pollution caused by its presence in the stream or well, issuing orders immediately to restraining or prohibiting the person concerned from discharging any poisonous, noxious or polluting matter into the stream or making insanitary use of that stream or well, and does not include the power to construct any works, other works of temporary character which are removed or before the completion of this operations. It is simple that in case of any pollution happens due to any accidental release or intentionally doing or maybe other means of matter, it has been polluted. So what they do is, if it is to be removed, that is appropriate. So how in case sometimes in a open sea, the vessels carrying the ships got met with an accident. So the oil spills happens on a sea. So there they used to do the remediation actions or corrective actions to remove the oil spill on the middle of the sea. The same way, here it is possible. They try to remove the contaminants. Otherwise, they remedying or mitigating any pollution caused by its presence in the sea. Either they try to dilute it, and also they immediately restraining or prohibiting the person concerned from discharging any poisonous matter, from making any insanitary use of such a stream, and also immediately they stop restricting use of that stream as well. అంటే ఎవరైనా దిగువ భాగంలో ఎవరైనా యూజ్ చేస్తుంటే దాన్ని కూడాను స్టాప్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. Okay. Then penalties and the procedures. So in case of fail to compile any such rules. So failure to compile with direction under the subsection 2 and also subsection 3 and section 20 or any orders issued on section 1 to 32. Whoever fails to compile with this direction given under subsection 2 or subsection 3 and section 20, which such time as may be specified in the direction shall be on the conviction to be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 months or with fine which may extend to 10,000 rupees or with both the case of failure continues with an additional fine which may extend to give 1,000 rupees for every day during which such failure continues after the conviction or first such failures. So simple that in case any conditions which are failed to fulfill, they may go to jail for 3 months and also the penalty along with that 10,000 rupees. And also in case if it is repeatedly happens, once they got, then he got penalized, then again it is repeated from the first day of that issue, they will start penalizing every day 5,000 rupees from the last incident or first failure. So whoever fails to comply with any order of this in respect of each failure and on conviction be punishable with imprisonment for the term of such shall not be less than 1 year and 6 months, but in which may extend to 6 years and also with the fine in the case of failure continues with an additional fine may extend to 5,000 rupees for every day during which the failure continues after conviction for the first such failure. So in case it may extend to 6 months and also it may extend to 6 years as well if it is continuous. And continuous beyond period of 1 year after the date of conviction and also the offender shall or conviction be punishable with imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 2 years but which may extend to 7 years as well. అంటే వాళ్ళు ఒకసారి పనిష్మెంట్ ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత still they are not stopping that pollution, the imprisonment may be extend to 7 years as well. Then if you talk about the penalties, penalty of certain act means destroys, pull downs, removes, injuries or defaces any pillar, post or any stake fixed or ground or any notice or other matters put up or insubscribed or placed under the authority of the board and obstructs any person acting under the orders of directions of the board, damages any works or property belongs to the board, fails to furnish any officer or other employees of the board any information required by him or for the purpose of this act, and fails to intimate the occurrence of any incident or any other unforeseen act even under section 31 to the board and also other authorities. These are the various act in the sense panulu which will leads to punishment or penalties. Okay. Then also the willful negligence or uh, makes the statement which is false in any material particular, or will intentionally you are giving a false information, that also will leads to the punishment. Then state water laboratories. So the state government may be establishing official gazette, establish in a state water laboratory, specify any laboratory or institute as maybe the state water laboratory to carry out the functions entrusted to the state water laboratory under this act. And also the functions of state water body laboratory also will be defined by the state pollution control board. And also the procedure for the submission to the said laboratory of samples of water or sewage or trade effluent for analysis or test or form of the laboratory report thereon, and also the fees payable in such respect of such a report. Then the matters may be necessary for expedite enables the laboratory to carry out its functions. And also, they will do all the analysis from that laboratory itself. And returns and report, the central board shall furnish the central government, and also state board will submit the state government uh, and to the central board of such reports, returns or statistics and accounts, and also information with respect to the fund of activities that government has in the case of any central board or from time to time is requirement. From state level, a report will be go to the state pollution control board and state pollution board, and as well as state government. In case of central pollution control board, they will give it to the central government alone. Okay. That's all about this Water Act. I'll try to see any one old file which I have, any CFO, to show you the conditions so that it will be easy for you to understand. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can drop in chat box. I try to find out any CFO. Once again, I'm trying to find that PDF Gautam. We have done with the topic. If you have any questions, you can ask. I'm trying to see that previously I had one sample CFO. Yeah, I got that. Let me share my screen. Yeah, this is the CFO. I think you are able to see now. This is the CFO copy I've taken as a sample. As I mentioned, the section 24 of the Water Act. Based on this section 24 and subsection 4 will refer to grant a authorization for any facility to operate. And apart from this, there is a one more act, which is section 21 of Water Act. Based on these two sections, you will get the authorization to operate your facility. Okay. So here you will see the date of authorization. This is in orange category, issued by State Board of Karnataka State Pollution Control Board. There you could see the purpose of water, how much water you are using for domestic. They are talking about 7.5 KLD per day. Then you will have the production, then concern fees, then treatment and disposal of effluent. And here you'll have what kind of the noise levels which should be. As per CFO, SCT. Okay. Then you have other general conditions like this. Then you'll have annexures. So based on the emissions which are you are generating, so they will give the limitations. What is the tolerance limit you will be there? Should not exceed that limit. Then you'll have stack height calculations. Okay, that's all about this. Nowadays, it is completely a online process where you have to submit all your details in the online. You will get this authorization directly in online itself. Okay, so you can refer any CFO if you have with you, or you can see if you're already working in a company, you can go through your terms and conditions. With respect to water, we have these conditions. The discharge from premises and all shall be passed through a terminal manhole or manholes where the from board shall be free to collect the samples in accordance with the provisions. The sewage or domestic effluent shall be treated in septic tank and also with the soak pits. The treated sewage effluent is discharged shall be conformed to the standards specified in Annexure 1. So whatever the treated sample, అంటే మన ట్రీట్మెంట్ ప్లాంట్ నుంచి ఏదైతే శాంపిల్ని మనం ట్రీట్ చేసామని చెప్తున్నామో మనకున్న ఫెసిలిటీ ద్వారా దాని ట్రీట్మెంట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వచ్చే శాంపిల్ అనేది ఈ స్టాండర్డ్లో ఎలక్షన్లో పెట్టినట్టుగా మీట్ అవ్వాలి. The trade effluent shall be handed over to the CETP and also maintain a logbook of effluent generated and also sent every day. Central effluent treatment plant or authorized treatment people will be there, like Ramki and all. They are authorized waste. There are authorized waste disposal partners, so we can send it to them. And the occupier shall install a flow meters regarding the devices to record the discharge quantities and maintain the record. The occupier shall not change or alter either the quality or the quantity of the place of discharge or temperature or point of discharge without previous consent or permission of the board. So in case if your effluent parameters gets changes, so it has to be informed to the state board and you have to get the authorization for that change. Without that, you are not supposed to discharge any such kind of effluent. And the occupier shall not allow discharge from either premises to mix with any discharge for his premises. Stormwater shall not be allowed to mix with the effluent or any upstream or terminal manhole where the flow meter devices are installed. And also, wherever the stormwater, in case stormwater in the sense, the rainwater, it should not get mixed with the effluent and it should not get overflow, or it should not be released to any stormwater pits. Okay. And these are noise pollution conditions. Once again. It is lecture 1. Lecture 2. Lecture 1, then the separately it seems is not there in this. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? I'll share yesterday's and today's topic to the institute. They will give both the documents. So in this, mostly you'll get a definition as pollution, and also they may ask you mostly what are the functions of state and central pollution control board, or duties of state pollution control board. So you can frame your own answers from this document. You can write at least 10 points from the document, so that is more than sufficient to get the full marks. Any questions? We have another 7 minutes. If no questions, we can wind up the session for today. Okay, thanks for joining. Happy weekend. Bye. See you in the next class.